What's going on? Welcome to my bathroom and to another episode of the CALIVEGAN podcast. Today we're going to talk about, what are the things that are working in my workout, what I'm doing in terms of diet, why I'm fat and I cannot see my abs almost. No, I can, but I did put some extra fat. Navigate those things, and hopefully you're going to have some of these things that are going to you are going to be able to apply them to your own training routine and get better results. So, first of all, we're going to do a warm-up set. Something that I do differently from many people when it comes to warm-up is doing the mobility work and stretching before my workout. And the reason why I do it is not necessarily because I think it's more effective, even though it is part of the reason. But really the main reason why I do it before is because, just like many of you guys, you probably don't like to do stretching at the end of the workout, right? Just like abs. Everyone skips abs workout at the end because you're really tired, and that's kind of the extra work. Same thing with the mobility. You finish your workout, and you just don't want to do anything else. You want to go home, and you just want to end your workout. And this is one of the reasons why I do it in the beginning. And I use it as a way of, it helps me a lot also in those days where I don't feel motivated to work out. Starting with mobility is like, it's kind of hanging around there. So I'm chilling on the mat, start stretching, and eventually, as I stretch, I get more motivated to work out and I get in the mood. But the reason why I also stretch before is because for me, like, stretching helps you reduce the risk of injury, but it's not like the stretching itself is increasing the range of motion over time, right? So the reason why people get injured mainly is because your range of motion is limited. Like, let's say you cannot lift your arms more than this, and you'd go and do pull-ups where you're going to end up in this position. Of course, like, forcing your joints together when they're not used to that range is going to cause the risk of injury. So by stretching, for example, just simple stretch, hanging on the bar before training is going to, increase the mobility and allow you to work out in a safer way, as well as building some strength in that new range of motion that you have created while doing the mobility work before the workout, right? So, and then I maybe do some jumping jacks to warm up. Then I do some shoulder shrugs hanging here. I would do shoulder shrugs, okay? Like 15 to 20 reps. If it's too hard for you, you can assist yourself with the feet on the floor or somehow. But I always do shoulder shrugs to warm up the shoulders. And then I would do some easy pulling exercise to build up to the intensity of the workout. So you've seen, the first warm-up set, few pull-ups, and that's it really, So now another thing that I've changed is that, because I'm training here now, and before living in the house, I'm more equipped gym. So I was forced to do my front lever training with the rings here, and I felt like I didn't like it. You know, that it was not a consistent and clear progression in strength. So I have decided to put my focus into one arm pull-up. Instead of having it as a second exercise, I'll have it as the first one. And I'm focused with that. At the end of the day, like I can already do a front lever, so what I cannot do is one arm pull-up. So why not putting the focus there? And the difference between like training with the rings and with the bar is that, you know, rings are unstable, so you cannot exert like raw strength as you can do with the bar. All right, too much talking. All right. So that's why I decided to switch the focus into one arm pull up. Medium, pure super light plus medium. 3 reps. And you might don't know this, but if you, for example, are doing your pull-ups with this band, which is like the hard band, but you need to scale it, but like the medium, which is this yellow one, perhaps is too difficult, too much of a gap. Using a medium plus a light plus a super light, like let me get this closer. So these 3 together actually help you much less than the hard band. So it could be for you and help to create a smaller gap between progressions. So something that I want you to notice. So now I'm doing a new exercise, right? So before I was doing as a first exercise front lever pull-ups assisted with a band. And so now I switched things up. So I didn't know really what to expect with this exercise. So I don't lose my mind into try and push and do more repetitions. Okay, I keep it to a minimum. So my first exercise is always the one that is more intense. I stay within a rep range that is really like strength specific, sub-maximal strength, like 3 to 5 repetitions. So I'm happy with 3 reps. I'm not even going to try and push it to 4 sets of 5 sets. I find my starting point, okay? And from there, I will progress, you know, over the weeks. But today, I'm really going to keep it easy, 3 reps, 3 sets, and then move to the following exercise, because, you know, something that people don't understand is that, you know, it's not because you're not progressing, you know, in one exercise, you're not progressing. What I mean with that? I mean that, let's say, you know, I'm stuck at 3 reps for 2 weeks in a row, but I'm making progress in my second exercise. The progress that I'm making in my second pull exercise, okay, we're talking about same muscle group, is going to transfer in my ability to then make progress in my first exercise. So sometimes people, the mistake that people do is they force extra reps in that first most difficult exercise, and they waste energies. Instead, be patient, be humble, and listen to your body and what it can actually do. Anyway, it's not very easy. We're actually pushing things through here. Whew. So yeah, but yeah, that's still, it still makes sense. You know, sometimes you will be stuck in the progression in your first exercise, because calisthenics, you know, is the name of the game that you will feel often some kind of stuck in the progression, because with weights you can do small adjustments, right? You cannot really do that with calisthenics. You cannot just add 1 little kilogram or be super precise with the assistance that you're doing. So you're going to feel some kind of stuck, but I think it's important to always prioritize the quality of the repetitions that you're doing. And so if you feel like, you know, that's what you can do for that exercise, keep in mind that, you know, leaving that exercise as it is okay, because if you're able, because saving those energies, right, it might allow you to make progress in the following exercise, which is going to be at lower intensity, so kind of easier to push that extra rep, right? And it's going to allow you to do it with better technique, because you save your energies and your muscle are less fatigued. And how's my progress going? Well, actually I feel very heavy, and that's because I am heavy. I weigh more than 87 kilograms now, which is a very long time, but I don't weigh this much. But the good thing is that last time I weighed 87, like I wasn't this defined. So usually when I weigh 81 kilograms, my abdominal fat measurement is 10 millimeters. Now is about 14, 15, not 100% sure. We can actually check it now. I'll get the caliper and we do it. But so yeah, definitely, like you know, weighing these, you know, it's like let's say 5 extra kilograms, because I don't stay usually at 80 kilograms for a long time. So these 7 extra kilograms, you can feel them a lot when you do calisthenics. And that's why, you know, in calisthenics it really doesn't make sense to bulk. It's better to do your best and stay lean. But I must say that I have accepted that bulking needs to be happening. It's in some ways, and it's not because you cannot stay lean or even shredded. It's more because that, you know, many of us, like me, we might fall over the diet, right? And let's do another set. So those 3 reps, Right, let's do this 3 clean repetitions. I'm happy. And so yeah, we might not perfect with our diet. So here's the thing. I think that the key to, people say it's unsustainable to stay lean, but that's not true. Like, of course, like if it's unsustainable if you cannot be disciplined and stay at your maintenance calorie and not putting on extra fat. All right, and it becomes unsustainable when you keep trying to stay lean. Right, every 1 month you're back into trying and cut, doing more cardio, so you create a caloric deficit, and you actually don't feel very good. You will feel some kind of tired, low in energies, more stressed. So this is what I've learned is wrong to do in the last 2 years, because being on social media definitely put a little bit more pressure on me to stay shredded, and I was in and out caloric deficit, and then I realized that that's absolutely not the way to go, and you need to just simply accept that you're going to put on some extra fat. That's it, so just trying my best. I could do much better. That's it. I'm eating a lot. I think I'm about more than 3,500 calories per day. my girlfriend is laughing. Do you confirm that I'm eating a lot?
You eat like an elephant.
She say I eat like an elephant. So it's also December. I'm also testing this. I'm kind of testing, like how my body reacts if I just kind of eat freely. I'm still following my diet, really. It's not like I eat junk food or anything like that, but perhaps I go a few times to the cupboard and have biscuits, stuff like that. And honestly, I'm surprised that I am still pretty lean. Again, I only put 4 millimeters in my abdominals, which is not much, it's acceptable. And but I did put like the extra 5 to 6 kilograms. So this is actually going to be a new exercise. So I don't know how this is going to go really. Let's see. So it's like L-sit to front lever. I've never done it. I've seen some of my friends do it. Oh. Ooh. Alright, it's not easy. So one leg, L-sit to front lever. It's not easy, it's pretty. I did 4. Maybe I did some mistakes in the coordination. Let's see if I did better. Let me get the caliper and measure the fat. That was my girlfriend burping. So let's see. So I really suggest you actually get one of these, even if you don't want to lose fat and your goal is building muscle, because for me, it's been like the most precise way to actually measure my own progress and my client's progress when it comes to building muscle, right? Because what you do is like, let's say you are 10 and in 1 year time you weigh 2 extra kilograms and this is still 10, you know that you actually built 2 kilograms of muscle. I think it's a cool measurement to have, and it's not difficult. It's not difficult to learn how to use it. So I actually have 13. It's not even 14. So not too bad. But this is another consideration for calisthenics. I mean, in calisthenics, if you put on extra weight, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it a lot. Like all your training goes down. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not making progress, because you are making the exercises more difficult with adding extra weight with your own body. So you're still making progress. It's just a little bit upsetting and demotivating, right? Because you would like to increase the reps and move from a progression to another. But if you put on extra fat, that's likely going to stop, perhaps even regress in some exercises. But then as soon as you do a diet again and you lose the fat, you're going to feel so much lighter and probably eating some PRs and personal bests. This is what usually happens with me anyway. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's see if I can hit 5 repetitions. Whew. All right, so I need to mix it up. So hybrid, 1 set, 2. It's going to. So that's called 1 leg L sit, 2 front lever, hybrid with advanced races. So we got 4 and then 3 and 2. So you can do hybrid sets. Hybrid sets are very good for calisthenics, actually. In these moments when you're not able to do enough repetitions of one exercise in that progression in order to get the minimum amount of reps that you want to achieve to stay within a stimulus that makes sense. Or if you're stuck with your progression, let's say you can do this with pull-ups. Like let's say you're stuck at 5 pull-ups. What you can do hybrid sets where you mix pull-ups and assisted pull-ups. Right? This way you can increase the volume, get stronger, and over time you can add regular pull-ups instead of using the assisted pull-ups. So I do that a lot. And so my bulking phase is how long have I been in the bulking phase right now? I think it's like last time September, so now is December. So good for months. Good for months, right? And I can feel the benefits apart from having less abs and feeling heavier. But health-wise, I do feel more energies. My libido is better, you know. Did I say energies? So I just feel, definitely feel better overall, just giving my body the calories it needs to function and to work out. As I said, it's not good to always trying to be shredded if that means decreasing the calories all the time or increasing the cardio all the time and not giving your body enough calories, because then it gets into survival mode and you're in starvation mode, right? And I think the best thing to do is trying to stay and maintaining calories. Okay, the more you can stay at your maintaining calories, the better it is, because also if you the end goal should be never really do a caloric deficit, right? Like if you are not a bodybuilding competitor, why do you have to get hyper shredded? Sure, you can do it sometimes for some special occasion, but I think in general, like staying lean and having six pack or visible abs, it's okay. And you can do it. You can look lean with visible abs and a six pack year round and feeling good. It's not like unsustainable. You just need to be disciplined with your diet and staying at calories maintenance. Ooh. So what are we doing? 3 and 3. Another thing that I changed in my workout plan to progress with my front lever is that I was focusing a little bit too much in the pulling motion in the front lever position. And like calisthenic skills need specific work. It's not just about raw strength. Your body needs to learn to exert power in that position with those angles. Of course, like overall strength will transfer and help you achieve. But I remember there was a time where I was working in progressions in the dynamic movement of front lever, where I was pulling and doing front lever pull-ups. And what happens is I noticed that I was struggling to hold a front lever. And so I started to implement more straight arm movements, and I quickly as I progressed within those movements, I quickly developed better strength to hold it. So this is something that I was falling back in again. In my workout, I was doing, in my pull day, rings band assisted front lever pull-ups, and then in my upper body day I would do tuck front lever pull-up. So all bent pulling front lever exercises, and I'm pretty sure I've probably lost some straight arm strength. So it's good that I'm actually changing things up now, and going back to some straight arm work. So we did, let's see if I get this clear. So we did 4, 3 and 2, 3 and 3. I think 3 and 3 should be the right mix. Oi, fuck. So next we have chin-ups. On Instagram, I got so many people telling me that I'm on steroids, just showing that as a vegan you can be strong and build muscle. And when I do this kind of posts, you always have hundreds of people saying steroids are vegan and trend, protein powders and creatine and steroids. And then there was and sometimes I see how irrational people is on this topic. Someone said, so they were commenting on the fact that I have trained for more than I was vegan for. So more than 5 years, and that's the case. I've been training for 14 years. And I've been vegan for 5 years. But the reality is that since I'm vegan, I've also became a personal trainer, and I've explored training and nutrition more, and I actually, done things much better. So I've taken more seriously my training the past, 5 years, more than I was in the past. However, people say that this guy was telling that, if I did progress, my progression would have been either minimal or I was on steroids, which it doesn't make any sense, does it? It's like, the guy looks at me and kind of says that thinks I'm big enough to say that I'm on steroids. But then he says, if I'm not on steroids, then my progress was minimal. It's like, it's like they're making up these concepts without any real reasoning, because for me what's important is just progress. It's not fast progress, it's not a lot of progress. All it matters for me in training is progress. That's it. So chin-ups we need to do for 10. I only did 10, it's true, last week. And that's because of the 5 extra kilograms of fat that I dropped. Oh, let's see if I can do 12 again. Yes. 12. Because, you know, for me, progress is progress. So, of course, the guy was just insulting because he doesn't know anything about me. But, you know, to give you, a point, to give you context, you know, I show you today as well that I do track my progress. And it looks like in the last 2 years, which by the last 2 years have been the years in which I started to track things more, before not really. And in the last 2 years, I did put some extra 1 to 2 kilograms of muscle, right? I'm trying to be realistic. I could tell you 3, but you know, there is mistake in the measurements, there's tolerance, all of this stuff. So let's say 1 to 2 kilograms. Even if it was only 1 kilogram of muscle, that's progress. And the people don't understand that there's a moment in your training career in which you hit your genetic potential and you don't make as much progress. In fact, like the craziest transformation that you usually see, they're like 1 to 5, maximum 5 years long, because this is the period in which people go from skinny to crazy muscular. But from that point on, if they don't take steroids, you're not going to make huge progress. It's normal. Like, you're not a balloon unless you take steroids. And so I really don't understand like where these people come from. Another guy has made another weird comment and accused me of lack of knowledge. I must say I'm not sure about this topic, but it doesn't really make sense to me, which is the fact that muscle cells deflate and don't disappear, which I know about muscle memory. I don't exactly know how it works, but I don't think that's the right explanation. Indeed, there is a process called atrophy in which you lose muscles if you stop training. For example, people that get injured and they put chalk on their arm, for example, they end up having a very small arm because they lose the muscles. We have 10. Try to do 12 on the last set. And so yeah, that doesn't make sense to me, like people make so many made up things just to go against veganism, And also in general, I think there is too much belief that, I don't know, muscle are literally made of these scientific things and nutritional approaches that are going to kind of act as they are some builders building your body, but you don't have to be that specific to get results. What you really need is getting stronger. If you get stronger and you're getting stronger in the right working weekly volume, right? Because if you do low volume, high intensity, if you're working for strength, you might not develop as many muscle. But if you do enough volume, you work at that hypertrophy range, you're going to grow. You're going to grow, and people lose their mind over nutrition. But the reason why that happens is because it's so much easier to tell you that the problem is protein, so you go home and you prepare a protein meal rather than telling you that you need to train for 3 years consistently and show up and add reps and push through struggle and the pain that you endure doing the workout, right? Which one sounds better? Preparing a high protein meal or 3 years of struggle? You know, probably the protein meal. So that's why it has become such a big thing, because it sells better. It sells better. That's it. And not only sells better, I believe, and this is normal, the people that have bought into it since their beginning of their fitness journey and they got results, you know, they truly believe in it. And so it's difficult for them to forget about something they have been so attached to. And say, oh no, I'm just going to forget about my protein powder, when everyone around them is pushing it. Right, so last set. It's Christmas time. So, what you should do during Christmas? So I think we train for holiday times, right? So you make yourself going through hardship and struggle, so you have a better experience during easy times, because you have made yourself a person that has more confidence. So I think that, you know, during Christmas times, it's good to just let go, right? Of course, you don't want to have 2 weeks in a row of binge eating and binge drinking, right? Or skipping your workouts. No, you don't want to do that. Actually, the thing that you should be sticking with is your training, because at the end of the day, it takes 1 hour out of your day, and it makes you feel better, right? It makes you feel accomplished that day, and you're going to enjoy your time with your family and friends better, because otherwise, if you just binge on food and binge on alcohol, you might kind of feel upset with yourself of what am I doing? I'm skipping my training and destroying my body with shitty food and drinks. So no, you know, allow yourself to have mainly freedom, right? It depends from person to person, but allow yourself to be free and drink and eat more. You know, you've been working hard the rest of the year, but stick with your training. Definitely, you want to stick with your training. And I'm going to stick the last set. And we're done. Leave a like, subscribe. Let me know what do you want me to talk about in the next episode in the comments. And if you need help to build muscle as a vegan with calisthenics, just get on my Instagram, Stefano Vegan Calisthenics, and send me a DM saying I'm in, and we'll see where you're at and showing you what you have to do in order to get to your goals. Peace.